Hey everybody, welcome back. We're here to talk about semantic page layout. So in the previous video, you were introduced to some of these new tags. The new tags might be header, nav, section, article, a side, and footer. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about how do we put these together, how do we code them out, and how do we make sense of page layout like this when it's in text format. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to try to set this all up so that we can have this page together in HTML before we start messing around with CSS. Because really, ideally, what you want to do is that you want to code all your HTML first. You don't want to be coding HTML and CSS at the same time. So what we're going to do is we're going to simply code out all of our HTML first, and then we're going to start talking about CSS in a separate video, okay? But I just want to talk about some of the thought process behind this and talk about how this would look on an HTML page. So again, there's different versions of this. As you can see, sometimes the nav is on the side. Sometimes the navigation is separate than the header, and the side's over here. But we have to think about what comes, top to bottom, left to right. Okay, like what will come first? Well, obviously the header, then the navigation, the A side, then the main, then the footer. So we got to talk about how we're going to order this, because order is really what's important here. Okay, and this is just another example of some of this and how this works. So you can see up here we have a header, article, A side, a footer. I think what we're going to do, though, is we're going to stick to this one right here. We're actually going to use another tag called main in here, and to separate the header and the footer from all this other information that's in the middle. So let's go ahead and get started in CodePen. I'm going to go ahead and start a new document. I'm going to type in, remember, my HTML5, HTML:5, and then I'm going to hit tab, and it'll give me a full page. So what I'll do from here is I'll put in the title. We're going to call this semantic tags, and let's go down below and let's start playing around with this. Let me save this real quick, pull this out again, and I'm actually going to pull this all the way over because I'm not going to be really looking at this too much. Alright, so in the diagram over here you can see that we have first, after the body, we have a container. Okay, so what I'm going to do, there's no container tag, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use our good old div, and I'm going to put in div.container, just like that. And when I hit tab, I'll get all of my code. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set all of my tags for the page in between the container div and the slash div over here. Okay, so everything's going to be inside, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm going to center that container in the middle of the page later on. Okay, so I want all of my items to be centered in the middle of the page, or at least, set up correctly so that I can move that container to the left, to the right, and center. I can play with it quite a bit. And the idea here is I'm separating it from the body. But again, everything that's going to be in here is going to be a child of the container. So let's start off with the first thing that I have to put in, which is called header. Okay, and I'm going to put in the header. Do this another way. I'm just going to type in header and then type in tab, and it'll give me the tag of header. Now inside the header, if you look over here, we have header, and then it just says nav. Okay, so you can put other things in the header as well. So one thing that you can put in, let's say if you have an image, you can put it actually in the logo tag. Okay, there's a tag just like that, logo. And in here, I can either put an image or I can put an H1, and I can say semantic tags, just like that, H1. Okay. Now, if I had an image, like an image file, like a PNG, I can toss that in here as well. But for right now, I'm not going to be bothered with that. Now, after the logo, you can see that the logo is a child of the header. And then in here, I'm going to put in my nav. Okay. Now, in this situation, the nav goes inside the header. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So let's type in nav, and inside my nav, I'm going to just start putting in links. A, and it's going to equal pound. Okay, and let's say this is home. Now let's save some time here. I'm just going to copy and paste these guys again and again, again, and again. Okay, and this one's going to be about. work or portfolio, products, services. How about services? Better. And then contact. Okay, so it's a real basic, layout here. All the links don't go anywhere right now, but I'm not worried about that. And now I'm kind of like done. If I had a search bar, I'd put a search bar inside the header as well, but I don't. So I'm going to just leave it as is. So you can see it right now. Inside my container, I have my header tag. Okay, inside the header, I have a logo. The logo has an H1, which is, my title here. And then right here, I have my nav with all my links. And, you can see them popping up right there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move on to another tag called main. Okay, now main is going to be all of the body content that I'm going to want to put in. Okay, so it's going to be on the same level as header. It's going to be right below header. And this is where I can put in a lot of different things. Like if I have a big hero image, I'm going to put in a hero image. Okay. If I have, like a bunch of products that I'm trying to sell, like right in the beginning, I'm going to put that right in there. Okay. So let's say, for example, I'm going to put in a section.hero for like a large hero image. Okay. I know I'm breaking with this a little bit, but right here you can see I have a section, article. So I put in a section class equals hero. And then inside here, I'm going to have an article. Let's go with an article. And let's put a class in here. And I'm going to call it hero article, just like that. Okay, and I'm going to do a slash article. And in here, we can put a bunch of things. Okay, we can put, we can put we could put something about like, let's go with H2, and let's call this, big sale now. Okay. And then after that, we're going to put a P tag in there, and we're going to just put a little bit of lorem ipsum, lorem 10. Okay, that gives us a little bit of lorem ipsum. Now, here's what's nice about this is that I'm not just relegated to putting in one section. I can put in multiple sections. So let's say that big hero area is kind of done, right? So at this point, I can put a whole nother section in here, and section dot, let's go with a gallery. So there's going to be a section underneath of it called for a gallery, and we can see like little pictures of things that are for sale. So in here, I'm going to actually do 3 more articles. I'm going to do an article dot gallery item. Okay, just like that. And the idea is that the hero article will take up like a whole area, and then each gallery, the gallery item will just be below it like a whole nother bar, and then we'll have individual items in that gallery. So we'll see some smaller items in that gallery, and that's like in this section we have an article that's maybe a hero, and then down below we have a gallery with smaller items down there. I'm going to skip the aside for right now, and we're going to go in the footer. But again, the idea here is that if you wanted to have like a smaller area, say for ads, or say for some secondary information, you could put that in there as well. All right, so at this point, let's separate these sections out so we can see what's going on. And in the article, I'm going to pull in an image. Okay, let's go with gallery item, image, and let's go to unsplash random image, and let's get it random image from here. We're going to make it pretty small, so we're going to do we're going to pull an image that's roughly 400 by 240. Okay, oops, by 240, because they give you this example down here. Let's see what we can get from Upsplash. So we're going to put that in there, just like that. And down below, we're going to put in, let's go with a little bit of P tag, and let's go with lorem 15. Oops. and that's there. So we have some text underneath, that shows up there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually copy and paste this article quite a few times. So it'll show up at least 4 times. So let me pull this back a little bit, just like that, so it shows up a little better. And you can see that I have a bunch of these all going down. And the idea is that ultimately when I start adding my CSS, I'm going to have it go across. So they're going to be much smaller. I can resize these images with the CSS, make them smaller so that they fit in real nice, and we'll have a nice looking, gallery. All right. So that's what we're going to do there. So we're going to be done with this section right now. And remember that this section is gallery. And each one of these things is gallery item. Okay, so we have a different gallery for each one. Now after this, we're going to put in a footer. Okay, footer. Okay. Oh, we didn't want to put the footer inside the main. I'm sorry. Let's tighten this up a little bit right there. And then over down below here, we're going to put in a footer. Alright, so we have the footer going on here. And now inside the footer, we can put in some of the other information that we had over here. I'm actually going to put this information down below in the footer as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to change out some of this stuff over here, or some of these tags. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put in this one, class is going to equal footer logo, just like that. And then with nav, I'm going to put in each one of these. Actually, yeah, let me put each one of these. Footer underscore nav. Okay, so this will signify and give it a class, so I can control this separately, so I don't have to worry about it too much. Seems like a lot of work, but it's really not. So really, right now we have the structure for a whole page. Okay, I have my header. I'm sorry, my container first. I have my header with nav. I have a section. I don't have a side right now. I'm not going to worry about that, and then I have my footer, okay? But you can see here I'm trying to put in information down, above and below. So if somebody scrolls all the way down, they can still go to the different parts of my website. But yeah, that's my footer. So again, real quick, this is our main, this is our a page that is using semantic, tags, to say, hey, this is the header, this is the main section, and this is the footer, okay? Inside the header section, I have a logo with the logo tag, and then I have a nav with the nav tag. So again, they all wrap up real nice if you want to do it that way. Inside our main, I have individual sections. Okay, you can see I have 2 sections. I have a section class equals hero, section class equals gallery. Inside the gallery, I have individual articles. Okay, that all wrap up real nice. So I have roughly 5 articles, so 6 articles in here. They're all structured the same way. They have an image, they have a paragraph, and that's how they function, okay? So again, you can see here that once I start wrapping these things up, they get really nice and tight. I can kind of get a good understanding of parent and child relationships now in my semantic tags. So right in this section, I know that inside my header, the logo and the nav are children of the header. Inside main, section hero and section gallery are both children of main. And then inside footer, you can see that logo and nav are also children of footer as well. So guys, this concludes our HTML semantic page. In the next video, we're going to talk about how to start styling these so they make more sense, that they look better. Because right now we have a very basic page. But I want to just leave off with the idea that you have to code out the HTML first. It's going to be really difficult if you try to code both the CSS and the HTML at the same time. You really want to get your structure down, understand your structure, and then just kind of move forward with the HTML afterwards. Now, if you have to make small edits here and there, that's not a problem. That's not a big deal. But again, you don't want to be trying to code both out at the same time. So again, HTML comes first, CSS comes second, and then JavaScript comes last if you need it. All right, guys, thanks for listening. I'll talk to you.